Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I got to finish up a little list that I have written down so I can throw the car back on the ground hopefully by the end of today so that I can start up here. So once the car's on the ground, I already kind of started it, threw this fender on, lined it up as best I could after the crash, threw the wheel on. Here's the list, you know, it's just, I've gone over a little bit. I was under there last night, throwing trans fluid in the transmission, and I found some stuff under there that I gotta do. I gotta replace the PPF, so I'm gonna go pick one up tonight and hopefully get rid of the off-centered transmission. As you can see there, it's not gonna be able to go into first or second, but every other gear should work, but I don't wanna deal with that. Let's get moving on this thing, try to get on the ground as soon as possible, and then throw some body panels on it. Excuse the mess, but new PPF is acquired, along with, well, I guess refurbished ignition coils. So this one's not bent at all, so let's throw it in.
Made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh yeah. It stings the nostrils in a good way. Yeah. Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's the first time in about 2 months it's been on the ground on all four wheels. It's kind of a weird sight seeing how small this car is. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself, start throwing the large Tupper around just for mock-up. See how it looks, you know. Ooh, we still got that fitment. Dang. Forgot how this thing looks. It's actually, wow. It's kind of hard to see in the garage because it's kind of tight over here. And everything underneath the car is good. Fender to door gap, it's good. Transmission in the hole, it's not perfectly centered, but it's there, so it's better than what it was. So I don't know if I had mentioned it in the last clip or whatever. I ended up having to loosen the motor mounts and pulling everything into place and then tightening it down, and it just fell right in. Everything lined up, the PPF lined up perfectly. All the bolts went in. It was, I don't know how it managed to stay as good as it did and in line, but somehow it did, so I ain't complaining. I ain't gonna ask questions on any of that, but it's in there. The next thing that we're gonna have to do is up here and just motor work, so that should be interesting. And then, you know, eventually we'll get to body panels and epoxying the other headlight tab up. But as you can see, everything looks good, straight. I'm actually really pleased with it. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like over here. Yeah, I'm so happy about this. I really can't even lie. It looks crazy. I missed it. right, guys, so the time has come. Trans is in the car, car's on the ground. We've established that. But now this is where I'm sitting. The harmonic balancer, well, the main pulley down there, is kind of being annoying to take off. So I'm gonna need to get an impact gun and try to force its way off because the car is in gear and my e-brake is not the greatest. Something's been wrong with the pads ever since the axle broke. So the car is moving. That's the only thing I'm waiting on to put the timing belt on, is just to pull that off so I can get on that gear down there. Water pump and then the elbow on for the heater core and the rest of the radiator. So I'm gonna throw that all back on and then we're gonna call it wraps from there because it's gonna be a minute till I get that guy off. Well, there it is, put back together for the most part. I'm gonna wait to tighten the gears down once the timing belt is round and I got the tensioners on it and all the other kind of small stuff that goes up there. That's gonna be a wrap for today's video. It didn't seem like a lot, but mentally it was a lot. It was a little draining getting it on the ground again, making sure everything was good before I put it on the ground, so at least I didn't have to put the rear half back up in the air. The next things that we're gonna have to do is I still gotta bleed the clutch and then obviously timing belt. I gotta throw the radiator on, throw the top of the motor on, so the valve cover and the VVT solenoid that goes on top of that VVT gear. And I gotta rebuild an intake, so that should be fun. But I have everything here. As of right now, this is how the car sits. It's almost ready to run. It's getting there. It's really, really close. But with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one when we get further along with the rebuild process with Miata.